Hi y'all! Hello guys. Welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings. Tarot readings from the heart. It's been a long time, I know. Jeez. Oh my goodness. I know, I came... What happened? You know what happened, don't you? You know, for you guys that watch, are my avid watchers, thank you for, you know, sticking with me in the channel and everything. You know that back in November, I took 3 weeks off because I was kind of really ill with flu, sciatica and a dodgy foot. Oh man, it was tough. And you know the story of that because I let you guys know what was going down with me, why I hadn't been on the channel. And then I recorded some videos for that week and then I was off again. So I think when I counted it up, because we're nearing the 7th, and I think it was the 7th of November that I actually went off. And then I came back near, I think it might have been something like, I don't know, the 30th of November or something when I re-recorded something. And then I went off again around the 30th or the 7th of December, something like that in between those dates. And then I came back again and I said, okay, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to be more consistent. I'm a lot better. And I was a lot better and I have been a lot better. Thank you, Lord, because it was a bad illness back in November. But then, obviously, you guys know that I had, because I was ill, I had this huge backlog of clients. I mean, loads of them. Loads and loads and loads and loads and loads. Especially on the year aheads. I mean, I had people ordering other readings, but also a lot of year aheads, because it's the time of year when you have a lot of people wanting to do their 12-month forecast, that type of thing. And don't get me wrong, my website has always been I'm very proud of what I've created with the website. I'm very proud of the fact that I've created a very successful business. I'm now branching into other areas and things like that. It's great. But I noticed that because I'd been ill as well. Sorry, that's my Alexa. Alexa, don't turn on. I'm not talking to you. I noticed because I'd been ill, I'd had a lot of clients, and then I had more clients coming in for the year ahead. So I think all in all, in around 2 months, because we're nearing the 7th anyway, and when this reading goes up, it's probably going to be around the 7th of January or something like that. So all in all, in around 2 months, I've only been on twice. Sorry guys, I'm really sorry, but first it was illness, and then it was, you know, it's taken me literally 2 months to get all of the year aheads and the other readings done and down. And I'm now comfortably at a position where I can finally come back onto YouTube and record. When you run a business and you have a lot of clients, because don't think I have new clients coming in, but I also have a massive, massive pool of returning clients, people that return over and over and over again, because I've read for thousands of people. So I have a lot of clients. And usually I can manage what I have coming in very, very comfortably. But then there are certain times of year when it just kind of like gets really, really... And luckily now I have my twin sister who's my bitch. She works as a project manager over at a university, but she's amazing with like web work and marketing and newsletters and all that type of thing. So luckily I've had her working alongside me when she can, because obviously she holds down a full-time career. But she works with me on the weekends, helping with reports, that type of thing. So I just really wanted to come and explain why I haven't been on, why I've not been consistent with the channel. It's because I've been really busy on the website, and also we're venturing now into setting up some stuff, working in alliance with a particular company to do certain things, and also, you know, just thinking about the year ahead and the things that I want to try and do and that type of thing. So yeah, I'm going to try and be more consistent. Now what I thought I would do today, guys, is I want to do a year ahead for each of the signs. So we're going to do the usual live spread, but I'm not going to focus on the full 5 to 7 areas. The private readings do 5 to 7 areas, okay? This reading is going to be vastly, vastly toned down. So we're just going to look at today for 20... We're going to do... It's not even a year ahead. It's a 6-monthly reading that we're looking at, guys. So we're looking from January through to June, the end of June 2020. And all we're going to look at is the areas of love, career and finance. That's all we're going to look at in terms of what's coming in for the next 6 months for you guys. And then I'll do an update around the June time to look at what's coming in between June and the end of the year 2020, December 2020, okay? I'm also, instead of putting up a weekly this week, I'm going to put up a month ahead. So we're also going to look at, I know it's a little bit late, I know, but yeah, we're going to look from around January 7th through to February 7th. Okay, so we're going to look whatever time I know that this is going up, I'm going to put it from there. So we're going to look, yeah, we're going to look around January 7th or 8th through to February 7th or 8th. So we're going to do a monthly like that. Instead of having the 1st of Jan to the end of Jan, we're going to have a look at, you know, Jan to, you know, Feb, whatever the dates are, okay, that I start. All right, so that's what we're going to do. What time is it? 6 minutes in. Fast forward. If you don't want to hear my blarney, just fast forward, guys. You don't have to stick around. I've missed you anyway. I've missed all of you. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in. And thank you to everyone who ordered a year ahead. It was phenomenal. 2 months of trying to get down on a whole heap of people. Ugh. Sometimes, I mean, I would start at 5 in the morning and then finish at probably 1 in the morning. 5 in the morning, I'd get up and then finish at 1 in the next morning. I was like, oh man, I can't. I was like this, but yeah, God saw me through it, and I'm so grateful. I love what I do, and I'm just really grateful for everybody who's supporting me, and all of you guys that have come for private readings and really made my dreams come true and my business a huge success. So thank you very much. All right, let's get on with the reading, guys. Enjoy the year ahead readings. And also sitting next door, you've got your January 7th or 8th through to the February 7th or 8th month ahead reading. As from next week, I'll be back onto the weeklies, but really I just wanted to kind of just say thank you and put out a couple of kind of biggest, largest readings out to you guys, all right? Love you guys loads. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hi guys, so these are the cards that we're using for both readings today. You'll know that you've got your January 7th or 8th, whenever it falls on to February 7th and 8th or 8th reading next door. For your year ahead reading, we're going to do a 3 area year ahead, well not year ahead, 6 month ahead reading, January through to June 2020. Actually, I ought to really take these ones out because that's for the month ahead reading. So we're going to just take these ones, put that one away there. I'm going to be using the Lightseers Tarot. I mean, I've got 3 decks of this. I wish I'd missed out on the Kickstarter stroke indie deck when it was an indie deck. It's gone mass market, obviously. Luckily for me, a lot of people moaned about a lot of the decks being kind of a bit screwed, you know, peelings of bats coming off and uneven cutting and all of those things. And hey, house, the first deck I purchased, which was from W.H. Smith Mass Market Edition, really cheap, $11.99 it was. It did have a lot of peeling on the side, and I was really shocked that a part of it, which I use as this deck here, because I've got 3 of them. I had one from my family and I've bought 2 for myself. So this is the client deck. This is what I work with for clients. It's really good for really deep readings. But that one was a bit screwed on 1 or 2 of the cards. This one seems all right. So this is a new one that I opened up there. So I'm going to use this for the YouTube deck. Not to say that I'm using screwed up decks for clients or anything. It's nothing like that at all. It's just that when I started using that one, it was intended to be for the clients. Okay, but it's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's just got a bit of, you know, one of the slides has slightly come off. But this is my YouTube deck, okay, Lightseers Tarot. It's just a beautiful deck. I love this by Chris Ann. Phenomenal. If you guys want me to do any tarot deck reviews, because I'm always buying tarot decks. And, oh my goodness, of course, I forgot about a deck that I wanted to use today. I'm not going to use it today, though. It's my element. I might actually use that instead of the Grand Tarot Luxe. I was going to use that today for the monthly, but I think I will probably just use that one. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we're going to use that for the main body of the reading for the Lifespread. Then we're going to use, we've got all the majors taken out of this Golden Art Tarot. Usually I use this for clients as well, but I'm using it for YouTube anyway. Stunning deck. Really glad I got this one. So we're using the majors from this. In terms of Oracle decks, we need to take this one out and this one out, because that's for the monthly. We're using the Quantum Oracle. And we're going to do a very quick angel kind of reading with this first. All right, so we're going to look at this card deck first, and then we're going to have a look at these 2, all right? So, yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy the reading. Hi, Scorps. Welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your year ahead. Well, it's not year. I keep calling it a year ahead. It's a 6 month ahead reading. It's the January through to June 2020. reduced live spread, but I'm just going to focus on 3 areas. It's just quicker to do it that way. I want to try and get this down to about 20 minutes because I've got your month aheads to do as well. So you know, if I can just reduce stuff and get it all up together, then that works better for me. So yeah, we're going to have a look at an angel reading for you first. Well, it's called the Quantum Oracle deck, and I love this, by Sandra and Taylor. I love this Oracle deck. I started using it. I got it about a week ago, and it's by far my favourite. It really is. It's exceptional. The messages are so strong in there. It really does make you take a strong look at who you are. And I feel that because it's a new decade that we're entering into, you know, we're in 2020 now. It feels so strong that this decade, or even really, I shouldn't really be looking at the decade, but if anything, this year is about really kind of getting back to our authentic selves. I feel that it feels like some of us has been really lost along the way. It's certainly for many people I know and many of the clients that I've worked with, I know that a lot of people have been feeling really lost, and it feels like 2020 just gives us a chance to almost start over again, you know, face a few things that we've not been facing up to. Really kind of, because you've only got one life, so the life that you want to live is best lived authentically if you can, regardless of whether you lose friends, keep them, whatever it is. To me, living a truly authentic and honest life that really serves you and benefits you is the best thing to do. So this is a really phenomenal deck just for really giving those very powerful messages. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask the universe what it wants you to know. What's the advice that the universe has for Scorpio? We're just going to do a quick 3-card reading on this. Universe Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Scorpio for 2020? Between January and June 2020. What is the advice that you have for Scorpio? What is the advice that you have for Scorpio in 3 cards, please? Between January and June 2020. Show me. What's the advice in 3 cards? So let's have a look at the 3. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. And we're just looking for some simple advice from Spirit in terms of the advice that they have for you. I'm just going to get my booklet on the side if I need to use that for anything. Let's have a look. I like to try and start off with a spiritual message before we start readings. Let's have a look. Right, so there's an event, there's a milestone coming in. And when you reach a milestone in life, you've reached really the pinnacle of a situation here. So for some of you guys, obviously, we're in 2020, but it's, you know, it's reaching the epitome of a situation here when you get a milestone. Now, obviously, we're looking at the next 6 months. So there's an event happening here, and underneath that event, it's about a milestone showing up here. We can see what I'm noticing on this card is awards as well, showing up here. And what I'm also seeing is a mirror. And I think I mentioned, it's funny on this card actually, because yeah, there's a mirror here, there's an award showing up here, there's a trophy here. And I really feel, it just feels like you guys are achieving something here. There's an event showing up here, but it feels that this event, there's a major event happening for some of you Scorpios within the next 6 months, in which I think that you're going to achieve, and I think it's going to be a personal milestone for you. Now, this mirror, it looks like a mirror here. It almost feels like there's a milestone some of you guys reach where, and you know that we were saying at the beginning of the video that it felt like a year about stepping into, or for stepping into your own authenticity. It felt like a year in which it was time to take a look in the mirror. And I don't want to get all kind of, you know, cheesy spiritual speak and all that. I'm not about that life. But the event here, when you reach a milestone, you're reaching a pinnacle in your life. And I feel that there's something happening this year in which it's going to kind of mark a pinnacle, a milestone in the life of Scorpio. And it'll be between now and January and June 2020 showing up here. Right, so the consciousness for some of you guys this year is all about a victim mentality. So when you look at the consciousness card, it's all about the way that you think. All right. But I feel that it's coming to an end. I feel that there is going to be an event that comes in. I think there's going to be a situation for some of you Scorpios that happens here in which you reach this milestone. It's almost like you're saying with this event, I've had enough with the victim mentality. Okay, because it feels like you've reached a milestone here, connecting to that victim mentality, like you're saying, I've really had enough of thinking this way. So this is what I was saying, that it felt like a really important 6 months, in fact year, where Scorpio is reaching a place where it's saying, you know what, I've lived for so many, and I was saying, wasn't I, that it felt like so many people had been living in the darkness up until 2020, and it feels like this new decade is going to give, it just feels intuitively like that to me, it's going to give people the chance to make some real breakthroughs, especially mental breakthroughs. Let's have a look at the next one. Back and forth. The intention is back and forth though. So I feel what the universe wants you to know is that you guys in these energies here, okay, which is great, are reaching a milestone. There's a situation that happens where you're reaching that. For example, I'll give you an example. It could be, for example, that you reach a point whereby the victim mentality says, for example, you get a job offer to do something amazing and you're always turning down those job offers. So you have a job, but you want to stay within the security of that job. And yet there are people coming to you and saying, yeah, we've got this job for you. It's amazing. And you turn that down because you're wanting to stay within the security of where you are, because you've got a lot of fears. And the victim mentality says, you know, I'm no good at this, I'm no good at that, you know, I'm going to have problems if I move, that type of thing. Oh, woe is me, blah, blah, blah. But I feel that there'll be a situation that comes in that's going to help you to release that consciousness. All right. But the problem is that you've got the intention to do that is back and forth. All right, so you're reaching a milestone, Scorpio, in 2020, where you have a chance to release that victim mentality. And I feel that you're with the intention card on this deck being back and forth, Scorpio. I feel what it's saying is that you're going to be 50-50. I think what's going to happen, the universe is trying to warn you here, Scorpio, that you've got to be serious. And you've got to commit either way to doing something here. If you've got a victim mentality and you're reaching now, there's an event here that happens that's going to help you kind of resolve this energy here. Because you're going to get to the point, Scorpio, where you're like, I've had enough. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I've really had enough. But the intention to move out of it, Scorpio, for some of you guys may be back and forth, which indicates that there's a lack of seriousness in kind of moving and progressing out of this victim mentality. So I think it's a year where the universe is bringing in opportunities for you to move out of this energy, out of this consciousness. I think that the universe is saying, Scorpio, we have an opportunity coming in the form of this event that is going to allow you to move out of this, because you'll have had enough. When you reach a milestone, it's like reaching a milestone age of 100. You know, it's a very important age, you know. So there's an event here that's very important. And it almost feels to me with this trophy here and this mirror that you are being awarded something here. It's an event where you are being awarded something. And maybe what you're being awarded is the mirror, the chance to take a look in that mirror. And because he's kind of sitting there with his back to the wall and he's kind of got his head in his hands. But, you know, it's interesting here and it's interesting because there's a picture here. Can you see the water coming out of that picture there? Can you see the water? There's a deluge happening here. There's time there, but he's ignoring everything. He doesn't want to face it. He doesn't want to face the chaos. And I feel that there's a milestone, there's a situation happening here that's going to mark something out for Scorpio in 2020, where it's going to give you the chance to move out of that. But your intention, I think what it's saying with this card is that whilst the heart is willing, or the mind is willing, the heart may not be. It just feels like you're not fully in it. So I'm going to ask the universe what it is that Scorpio needs to do. What does Scorpio need to do to resolve this, to move forward in a positive way? What does Scorpio need to do to move out of this victim mentality in 1 to 2 cards? There you go. There you go. You need to let go. You need to let go of an energy because it's in the area of energy. So you need to let go of the energy here. Okay, and have a consciousness of great gratitude. Start feeling grateful for what you have, because when we're in victim mentality, we don't see the great things around us. We don't see the good things around us. That's the thing. When we have the mentality of victim, You know, feeling like the victim, feeling like nobody likes us, feeling like we're failures, feeling like we're no good, feeling like things are going wrong, feeling like, we're going to fail in life. How can we progress? And, you're reaching a milestone here in 2020. And it doesn't even have to be an event. It could be just a personal kind of landmark for you, with the milestone energy. Because it's an event doesn't have to literally be an external thing. It could just be an event in your own life where you're reaching this milestone now and you're saying, you know what, I've had enough of feeling like this. And I think some of you Scorpios within the next 6 months are going to say, I've had enough of feeling like this. I really have. Because I feel for some of you Scorpios, feeling the victim mentality has probably hindered you from making progress in certain areas. But the intention, I don't like the intention, because if the intention is back and forth, you're going back and forth. Because you don't want to be the victim any longer, and you've got the intention therefore to try and overcome that, but then a part of you is like, tomorrow. Yeah, I've got an intention to basically get out of this victim mentality, but I'll do it tomorrow. You're back and forth with it, back and forth. There's no real commitment to it, and the universe is saying you need to let go of that energy. All right, the back and forth energy of saying that you're going to do something, but then you're doing something else. Do you see where I'm coming from? So you've got to let go of that energy, Scorpio, where you say that you're going to do something, but then you don't see it through. All right, let go of the energy. All right, and develop a consciousness of great gratitude. Because right now, some of you guys are still in that consciousness whereby you're feeling like the victim. You're feeling, why doesn't it ever work out for me? Why haven't I got a man? Why haven't I got a woman? Why doesn't anybody love me? Why is this? Why is that? Why is the other? And the universe is saying to you, well, you're going to reach a point where you say, actually, I'm sick of feeling like this. But the intention is not good, because if you are thinking to yourself, Scorpio, I'm tired of this energy here, then the universe wants to say to you, well, if you're tired of it, bloody well do something about it. But Scorpio is kind of like, yeah, I'm going to do something. But then they're like, I'll do it tomorrow. For example, if some of you guys are kind of like, oh man, I don't have a boyfriend, nobody likes me, blah, 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 blah. Victim mentality. So what are you going to do about it? The intention would be, you know what, actually, I want to feel good about myself. I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to start eating right. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start getting my energy levels up. But then when it comes to the morning, Scorpio, that you got to go to the gym, what happens? Oh man, I'm knackered. Oh man, I got work to, I'll go tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, I'll go tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, I'll go on the weekend. And it never comes. So the energy of back and forthness in terms of the intention needs to be let go. And you need to really, this is a year for really committing to what you say. If you're going to do something, do it. If you want to stay where you are, Scorpio, then that's fine. Stay where you are. Do you see what I mean? But I feel that looking at this reading, some of you guys are not happy entirely where you are. And I think the universe is trying to say, if you're not happy with where you are or who you are, then change it. You have the chance to change it, but you've got to show commitment and you've got to show that you're serious about it. Okay, and in order to do that, you need to let go of the energy of the back and forthness, the 50-50, the maybe not. And you need to be like, yeah, let's go. All right? Because I think that when you do this is going to help you to develop the consciousness of great gratitude. And we know that when we feel grateful for where we are, when we're feeling good about ourselves, what is it that we do? We start to attract in the great things. All right. So I feel that if you want to live a life in 2020, Scorpio, where things are kind of the same, like Hierophant energy, traditional, the same thing over and over again, then you can stay there. But I think if you want change, you've got to be able to let go of that energy. Okay. That is your angel reading, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to put I'm going to put up a screenshot or whatever you call it on the screen so we can refer back and forth to this energy here. And now we're going to get on with your 6 month life spread. So bear with me. Okay, hi Scorpio. We're going to do your life spread for the next 6 months. We're looking at January through to June 2020. For any of you guys that don't know what it is, the life spread focuses on different areas of your life. Okay, so usually I would do a 5 or on the website it's a 7 area reading. Usually if I do these as a year ahead on the channel, it's 5 areas. But because of time, and I also want to get a monthly fitted in for each of the signs as well, I'm cutting it down just to looking at 3 areas now. So what we do is we shuffle the cards and we pull 4 cards for each area. One top card called the key card. That's the energy coming into the area, okay, for that particular year. And then the 3 cards underneath tell us what situation is unfolding underneath that energy, all right? We also have, from a different deck, just majors. And what we do is we shuffle the cards, and we pull out each card to correspond with that particular area, and it tells us, because the majors are the bigger energies, what the long-term effects could be of the situation going forward. So for example, you do a love reading and it shows a relationship not going very well. Well, if you get the Sun card, it could be that in the long term everything will be resolved and things will go okay. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start to shuffle. I've got my your angel message up on my screen, just kind of looking at that at the same time. And let's have a look. So I've done a slightly different way this time round, guys, but you know, it's nice to keep things short and sweet. Okay, if you want to order one of these readings, you can, guys. It's got 7 areas on it on the website, so we look a lot more in depth at stuff, and we're not using clarifiers on these areas either, which I do sometimes. Let's have a look then. What's the energy coming in for love? We have the Tower. So I mean, the Tower can indicate that there's a major shift happening. I mean, it is a major arcana card, so the energy coming in is a major shift. Possibly something that changes suddenly, because that's the Tower energy for you. The Tower can talk about a breakup, it can talk about arguments in a relationship. Sometimes it can be where someone suddenly comes through though. I mean, I love the Tower card. I don't always think it's a bad card. Sometimes if you haven't seen someone in a while and you get the Tower, it can mean literally someone's contacting you and it's just like out of the blue. It's a surprise. It's definitely a card that represents surprise. But I feel that just to read this kind of in the way that it feels like it needs to be read at the moment, Scorpio, I actually feel that there could be a major shift coming into some of your relationships in 2020, okay? Some of you guys, it could be breakup, I won't lie, because that's Tower. Some of you guys, it's like really kind of chaotic energies in relationships. Some of you guys, it will be revelations are coming through with the Tower, because the Tower talks about things coming through, revelations, truths, honesties, things kind of being opened up that weren't opened up before. Let's have a look at what the energies are around that Tower, around love. Right, we've got the 6 of Swords energy showing here. So underneath that Tower, that shift, the 6 of Swords can be moving away from a situation or moving on from a situation with the 6 of Swords. Because 6 of Swords would usually be about moving away, moving on, seeing things clearly with the 6 of Swords energy. Sometimes that can be their arrival. Ah, right. So you've got the 5 of Swords energy. I feel that you guys are moving on from a really kind of difficult situation. So you get the 5 of Swords. This can be an abusive relationship when you get the 5 of Swords energy showing there in a love reading. This can be, usually with the 5 of Swords in a love reading, this is often, a relationship where there were arguments. This is about feeling hurt. This is about somebody who feels kind of a sense of doubt and lack and that type of thing. Abandonment, separation comes in with the 5 of Swords, but I often see that card as being quite an abusive card as well. So I actually feel with the 6 of Swords moving away from the 5, it feels like, I'm just going to have a look at these 2 cards together. Yeah, I mean, if you look at these 2 together, she's moving away. I see you guys, and you can. It's really interesting when you get birds in flight. Often birds in flight represent change, or they can represent communication. It's very interesting. But I feel that you're being guided away from this energy here. So, and remember, swords represent the way that we think as well, and also the 5 of Swords can be doubt. All right. So if some of you guys have been feeling doubtful, I'm going to read it in a couple of ways. I actually feel that this Tower is a major breakthrough. I think there's a spiritual awakening happening here for Scorpio in 2020, the first 6 months. It's lovely. It really is fantastic. Let's have a go back to this angel message. You should see it as a, what is going on with this thing? Why won't you come on? I don't know what's going on with my iPad. It's just like, there we are. It's coming on now. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. So we've got, if we kind of refer it back, you should see it at the top of the screen. I'll put it somewhere or other where there's a gap so it doesn't overshadow the cards. But we know that you are going to be experiencing this milestone. Now, the event doesn't have to be an external event in the angel messages. It could be your own personal milestone. All right, and it feels like it's very much connecting up with that tower energy here, where that milestone is connecting to this major breakthrough. Now, this victim mentality, look at the similar cards. You've got the victim mentality of the consciousness on the angel, sorry, on the quantum oracle. So the spiritual reading was talking about some of you guys holding on to this victim mentality. That feels like it here, and it feels like this milestone event that is in connection with your victim mentality is giving you the chance to break away from that. So I feel that this is very much this spiritual message that we did at first is very much connecting to these energies here, where I see you guys moving away. For some of you guys, it's from it's from some hurt you incurred in a relationship. For some of you guys, Scorpio, it'll be from an abusive relationship. And some of you guys, Scorpio, it's going to be from your own, your own negative thinking, which is what the Five of Swords is as well. There's a major breakthrough because these are both mental cards. So with the Six of Swords, basically mentally you're starting to move away from the doubt of the Five, and some of you guys are literally moving away from that, which is lovely, because some of you guys have probably been through a really, really tricky time in terms of love. And I do feel that there's going to be this positive change coming in, where it's, this is what I was saying, 2020, where, it's the year, for me, it's about transformation. And it's about literally stepping into your true self. What's the last card showing here? What? I mean, it's swords, but it's bloody amazing swords. I'm seeing a resolution here. I'm seeing acceptance and resolution. That's just freaking fantastic. Oh, man, I love it. I love it already. I'm so happy about that. What a fantastic reading to start off with, Scorpio. I feel that for some of you guys, for example, a lot of people believe in this kind of twin flame stuff, and twin flame coming together now, and runner no longer running and coming back, and chaser no longer chasing, and all the no. If you've been in that funk for too long, and FUNK, by the way, guys. By the way, this reading is not for children, so get off my channel if you're on there. It's lovely. We've got the 6. Look, we've got a 6, a 5, and a 4. Isn't that incredible? Look at that sequence of numbers, right? And it's lovely because the 6 is all about moving away mentally as well from the headache of the 5. So if you were in an abusive relationship, you're moving away from that. And you are finally with the 4 of Swords. For some of you guys, accepting it's over. Healing as well. 4 of Swords is all about acceptance and healing and resignation to a situation. So moving away perhaps from an abusive relationship, some of you guys, and you are finally starting to heal. That's why you've got this major breakthrough showing here, Scorpio. Some of you guys, if this is your own self-doubt with that 5 of Swords energy, I'm seeing finally 6 of Swords clearing off the head. Finally being guided away by spirit, I should imagine, by God, by spirit, whoever it is, from this 5 of Swords. Some of you guys are feeling, oh man, and it fits in with the victim mentality. You can see the screenshot that I've put up here, and you can see that that is about the victim mentality. And that's the victim mentality as well. It's like, oh man, I'll never get what I want, blah, blah. But we're starting to move away from that, Scorpio, in 2020, in the first 6 months. And I feel with some of you guys with that 4 of Swords, you're kind of feeling a lot more peaceful. You're kind of accepting situations, and I don't think it's about resignation. I just feel that you're in your own little bubble of love. And if you look at this card here, you can see she's got a little heart in there as well. She's in her own little nest. She's really comfy. So I just feel that you guys are really healing from a situation here, whether it's abusive situations or whether you've been, whether you've had a lot of relationships that haven't worked out and you've been really unhappy about that, and you've been in this victim mentality, as we can see on the spiritual messages about that. The universe says that finally Scorpio is in the first 6 months of 2020 achieving healing and release from that. And that's why the energy around you is the major breakthrough, which is lovely. And this is what I said to you, when you see the Tower card, don't always assume it's a bad card. It's not. It's definitely, when I first started tarot, I was so afraid of cards like Tower and Devil, and then I realized actually they're not that bad. The Devil is not always a bad card. The Devil is ruled by Capricorn. Capricorn is the sign about hard work and ambition. All right. So when you get the devil card, sometimes this can be that somebody's like completely obsessed by, you know, being a success in life, making money, being like a CEO or a boss or something like that, or losing weight. It's the card that indicates we have an ambition and we want to achieve it. Same with the Tower card. It's all about breaking away, spiritual awakening, realizations, swift changes, breaking away from a pattern of behavior or a foundation that's been there too long so we can build again. Where is this leading to over the next 6 months? How is this resolving it? Well, the Lovers, new love. Some of you guys, it could be leading to a new relationship because you're breaking away from an old one. And I feel that some of you guys are breaking away from an old relationship that you were in, an unhappy one where you were abused, or one where you felt not so good about yourself. Because the Five of Swords can mean that you've been in a relationship where somebody abused you, they put you down. You know, they were nasty to you. They were very critical of you. And this can also be where you have developed a lot of doubts about who you are. Oh, I'm ugly. Oh, I don't feel good. Nobody likes me. Nobody's going to love me. Blah, blah, blah. You can see this birdie's in his ear as well. Can you see? Chatting away. That's like self-talk sort of thing. You're telling yourself all sorts of crap here, but you're moving away from that. And really, with the Four of Swords, there's healing, but there's also self-acceptance here because the heart is in the nest. So it's starting to love oneself and starting to accept oneself, which is lovely. And I feel that because with the Tower ruling this reading, we're breaking down those barriers that have been built up over a certain period of time, Scorpio. What's beautiful about this reading is that we can see with the love reading for the first 6 months that there are barriers being broken down here, especially mental barriers. Fantastic. And it's leading to that, love. And it's true. And the Lovers, when you get that card, the Lovers card is about, if it's about a relationship, it's true love. It's love that is balanced on every level, sexually, emotionally, physically, mentally, communicatively wise. So when you get the Lovers card, it's saying where things are heading to is new love. You're attracting in your soulmate, the person that you truly are meant to be, because you're breaking down all of these barriers. Lovely, fantastic. And so going back to the angel message, the spiritual message that we did, we said there's an event, there's a milestone coming in for Scorpio. And I feel that this is your own personal milestone. That milestone will be that Tower there for some of you guys, whereby you have a chance to rid yourself of that victim mentality, perhaps within that Five of Swords showing there. But the intention is going to be back and forth when doing it. You know what I would do if I were you guys, based on this reading here? Do it. Let go of the energy. Let go of the energy to put everything off until tomorrow. Because if you start working on yourself from now, Scorpio, I'm telling you straight, you will make these amazing changes. And there's new love coming in at the end of it. So for you guys who are single, you're going to find the one that you're meant to be with. But you've got to break away from these boundaries. Don't put off today. I don't know what the saying is. Don't put stuff off that you could do today and do them tomorrow. Get it done today. Fantastic, phenomenal love reading. What's happening in career? What's the energy around your career? Well, you've got the Empress. So some of you guys giving birth to a new creative endeavor with the Empress energy. Some of you guys, it's a new job, for example, with the Empress energy. Some of you guys also with the Empress energy could be promoted this year to a higher position with the Empress, because the Empress is all about growth and expansion. So there could certainly be that. What's happening around that energy? Yeah, the Six of Coins energy. So receiving a reward with the Six of Coins energy. When you get the Six of Coins in a job reading or a career reading, you're receiving a reward. You're getting the job with the Six of Coins energy. You're getting the promotion with the Six of Coins energy. Somebody's choosing you over others with the Six of Coins energy. What's around that? What's showing next? Wow. So I feel that some of you guys, Queen of Wands energy, it feels like you're moving up a level. It feels like you are receiving with the Six of Wands energy, Queen of Wands energy. And the Queen of Wands, if you're not at the Queen of Wands now, and if you're at a lower, say for example, you're a knight or a page, and you're getting to, so if you're a knight or a page, the page would go into the job and it would know something about the job. All right, but it would effectively be a trainee. It would be a newbie in the job. You go to a knight, it's starting to build. It's, you know, it's knowledge. It's starting to understand the job. It's starting to understand what its responsibilities are. But then with the knight, it always wants to go up to the queen or the king. So some of you guys, you may be at page or knight stage at the moment in terms of your work. And it may be with the queen that you are receiving with the Six of Coins energy, a promotion, possibly to a queen. Some of you guys are going from kind of being an intermediate to higher level within the job. What's the next card here? Wow, Four of Wands. Four of Wands, lots of celebration here. Lots of celebration with that Four of Wands energy. You've got a phenomenal reading, haven't you? There's a lot of celebration around this with the Four of Wands energy. It could also be there's something about a job move as well coming in too. Because you could be receiving with the Six of Wands, the Six of Pentacles energy, a promotion or a new job. And we did say with the Empress energy as well, that could be about a new job coming in. Because this is the card about new life, new birth, new beginnings is the Empress energy. So the energy could be of something new happening. And underneath that, you're receiving a reward here. So you're receiving the reward over everyone else. You're getting the promotion. You're getting the new job. The Queen of Wands energy, again, that could be the position that you're in, the celebration. But also these two cards can actually indicate something like a move. Okay, the Four of Wands can actually be a move, a moving premises, and so can the Queen of Wands as well. They're both move cards. So you guys could also be moving premises. You might be kind of moving up a level, or, you know, you're receiving the chance to move, change jobs, that type of thing. But I actually feel that more than anything, what my gut instinct tells me on this job is that for your career, some of you guys are gaining a promotion this year, and you're going to be moving up a level. Lots of celebration. You could be moving some department as well. So you could be moving up a level. You're receiving with the Six of Coins energy, the job. You're getting the job with that Six of Coins energy, showing that over others. This is also a pay raise card as well. I'm seeing you either moving up a level within the job, or you're going to another job working as a Queen of Wands. And I feel with the Four of Wands energy, there's just a lot of celebration around this as well. Lots of celebration. All right, some really good news coming in. Lots of celebration. Possibly also moving premises, moving buildings, or just moving to another department, that type of thing. Where is everything leading to? The Hierophant. So I would just say, I mean, the Hierophant is an interesting card, because I just feel that for some of you guys, it's interesting because the Hierophant is tradition, and sometimes when things lead to the Hierophant, they don't really change. They don't really change because they're tradition. It's traditional. So it might be for some of you guys, it could be a couple of things. It could be for some of you guys where everything is leading to is a chance to start learning more. So especially if you're being given the chance with that Six of Coins energy, you're receiving an offer with the Six of Coins energy. It's for the Queen of Wands energy. It's to go to a higher position within your work. Showing here with the Four of Wands energy, it might be that you are changing premises, or you're moving premises, or something like that. And it might be where it's leading is the Hierophant energy. I wouldn't say that this is not ultimately this year leading to you being in a position like this. It would be too quick. So it feels to me it's leading to, for some of you guys, a chance to learn more about the role that you're in. Because you won't stop here. You'll probably go higher. The other thing is for some of you guys, you might be receiving a promotion to that Queen of Wands energy. Lots of celebration around that, but ultimately there's not much change because you might be still working in the same company. So it might be that things are kind of the same, except that you're just in a higher position here. Some of you guys as well, the energy coming in for your work in terms of creativity, you're expanding probably your creative operations here. And it might be that some of you guys are receiving a loan to do that, or you're receiving some form of sponsorship, for example, with the Six of Coins energy. It could be from a Queen of Wands, for example, or you're receiving some form of sponsorship here. It could be to expand your creative kind of, entrepreneurial. Maybe you run your own business or something, and you're receiving money that allows you with the Queen of Wands energy to try and kind of endeavor and to look more into your creative business, because the Queen of Wands in a work reading can be somebody who's an entrepreneur and they're very creative and they're running a creative business, for example. Some of you guys with the Four of Wands might be running a creative business from home, and you might be receiving money in terms of running this creative business from home, or it could be about a new project here, because the Four of Wands is often the card that talks about you're building or you're nurturing a new project here. This can be success, but there's more work to be done. So you might be receiving money here with the Six of Coins. It might be to do with a new project here with the Four of Wands energy, to develop a new project here with the Four of Wands energy. And it might be something that you're doing on your own. So for example, you might be looking to, if you run a tarot business, for example, you might be wanting to, develop a new project in terms of new tarot cards. The Six of Coins could be that you go to Kickstarter and you get funding, for example, to develop with the Four of Wands energy this new creative project with that Queen of Wands. So therefore, we've got the energy of the Emperor showing expansion. So some of you guys are expanding there. And I feel that if that's the case, the outcome being the Hierophant energy, it could be for some of you guys energy that you're getting advice. So the outcome or where things are leading is with this Hierophant energy is getting more advice, more counsel, more guidance, maybe on a particular project that you're working on as well with that Hierophant energy showing there. Let's have a look finally at your finances. The King of Swords. So usually when you get the King of Swords, this is somebody around you, a person. So the energy coming in around your finances could be somebody who's giving you some guidance or some advice. This could be somebody who works within the taxes or somebody who works within debt relief, that type of thing with the King of Swords. What's happening underneath the King of Swords energy could be something legal showing up here. So it's good because I think that you're receiving some advice through this King. And I think underneath this is all about you guys. Eight of Cups is Saturn in Pisces. So what we're trying to do here is release boundaries, okay? So if you found yourself in debt, it may be that the first 6 months is that involves a person, a professional person, King of Swords, somebody, remember, he's a communicator. He's often very intelligent, gives some really good words of advice. This person here is giving Scorpio some really valuable advice, and underneath that you're being able to release certain boundaries, things that have been holding you back. Debt would probably be that Eight of Cups energy. You're releasing that debt. Yeah, there we go. We've got another 8 here. Lovely. Showing up here. So there's a lot of work being put into this as well. When you get multiple 8s, it says that we're motivated, we're ambitious, and we're putting a lot of work in order to get a really good outcome. The 8 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. So I'm seeing you guys, both cards are indicating releasing, but also advancement as well. So I feel that there's somebody who's giving you advice. All right, advice on how you can release some debt, probably with the 8 of Cups energy. I'm seeing an increase as well with the 8 of Wands energy in terms of your finances, because 8 of Wands would also be increased in terms of finances showing up here. The 10 of Wands energy could be through work. All right, so the 10 of Wands could be lots of work. So it could run a couple of ways. And I certainly feel that I wouldn't read that 10 of Wands as being burdens. I'd say that you're releasing burdens here. So I'm going to read this as releasing with the 8 of Cups burdens, because you've got 2 really good cards showing here. All right, 2 really good cards. I feel here that you've got advice from a King of Swords, and what you're doing with that King of Swords is he's helping you to release some burdens here with the 8 of Cups. This burden is the 10 of Wands energy showing here, and I'm seeing advancement, money coming in, increases with the 8 of Wands energy with money. So that's checks through the mail type of thing, you know. What do they call it? So, electronic transfers, money coming in with the 8 of Wands, advancements in your finances, overcoming burdens here, releasing debt, I would say. 8 of Cups for me is, because it's Saturn in Pisces, it talks about releasing problems. All right, so this is really, Saturn in Pisces is really one of the only zodiac signs that Saturn sits in, where it actually, instead of limits you, releases you. Releasing debt, I would say here. This person here is here to guide you on how you release debt. All right, how you free yourself as well. The 8 of Wands is freedom, and how you free yourself with the 8 of Wands from burdens of debt. Because the 10 of Wands in terms of money would actually be burdens, and usually this is the debt card as well. So somebody who's giving you advice on how you release yourself, free yourself from debt here, coming in around your finances. Could also be financial advancement showing and how you can increase your finances as well. This doesn't have to be kind of like a debt person. This could be, for example, you know, when you go onto YouTube and you're watching something on YouTube and you're getting people like do the law of attraction and stuff, and they say, this is how you can release debt. You know, I was once broke and now I do law of attraction and I've got so much coming in. It's all those types of things. So this doesn't have to be kind of a tax thing, or it doesn't have to be kind of a debt thing. I mean, it's certainly to do with, you don't, excuse me, you don't have to have serious debt, Scorpio. It could be with the 10 of Wands, you've got a lot of bills that you're paying. And you're saying in 2020, I'd like to find a way that I could cope more with the bills and have more money freed up. So it could be in 2020, you've got somebody who's giving you some really good advice here, this King of Swords, on how you can free yourself up from, you know, the burdens of bills and debts and that type of thing, with the 8 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. And it could simply be that you're talking to people about how you make more money as well in 2022. It doesn't have to literally be a debt, you know, management program. It could be how you just make more money. How do I free myself from all of the debt that I have, or all of the bills that I have? How do I make more money? So it feels like you're discussing either how you kind of get over debt, Scorpio, in 2020 between the January and June, and somebody's going to guide you on how you can do that. But it could also be how you increase your finances, how you increase your income as well. Where is everything heading concerning that? Nice, Judgment. That tried to come out before. I certainly feel that there's release here with the Judgment energy. I certainly feel that things are being released. I don't see this as being a bad thing at all. I certainly see that a judgment, because judgment is also talking about release and being, resurrected from something that's been holding you down for far too long. All right, so I feel that where things are heading is to release. You're releasing yourself finally from some debt or huge bills that you've been carrying for a long while, because I feel that you're going to be guided on how you can make more money and how you can probably, if you've got a lot of debt, Scorpio, somebody's going to be advising you on how you can overcome those things. Brilliant. Let's have a look finally at what the advice is for the first 6 months of the year. Strength. All right. I think that if you're strong, I think that if you are tenacious, I think that if you are determined, I think that if you are motivated, I think that if you hold on in there with the strength energy, and I think that if you have faith with the strength energy, and I also feel that if you are patient with the strength energy, you can overcome anything. You can literally overcome any obstacle whatsoever, but it's going to require inner faith, inner belief, inner willpower, inner strength. Okay, that's the advice. Let's have a look at what the angel advises then for the first 6 months. Ask for your needs to be met. Wonderful. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped, and it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you as well. People like on the financial reading, somebody, a King of Swords, somebody who's intelligent, somebody who's highly skilled, somebody who's an expert. How can this person benefit you in resolving any financial issues? How can this person benefit you in terms of making more of an income, Scorpio, in the next 6 months? All right, because your angel reading that came up here was saying that you're going to reach a milestone in 2020 in the first 6 months where you're going to come to a point, really, and it's a major event. It's showing as an event because it's a huge milestone. It's a huge watershed in the life of Scorpio in the first 6 months. And you're going to reach this point where you're going to say, you know what, I'm sick of feeling like this victim. I'm sick of feeling like I can't do anything, or I'm not worthy of this, or I'm not worthy of that. I want to change it. But the universe is saying that you're going back and forth, Scorpio. But you can see in this reading that if you make the definitive decision to make those changes, and you can see here that the reading, it's just 3 areas that we focused on, but you can see that if you make those changes, if you make those definitive decisions, if you commit to it, Scorpio, if you commit to it, you can do anything. Look at it. If you commit to it, you can do anything. But the angel reading is saying, Scorpio, you're going to have this milestone. All right. You're going to get tired of feeling like the victim, feeling like you can't move forward. And your intention will be with that milestone moment to move forward. But then you'll be back and forth. Well, if you're back and forth, you'll never get anywhere, Scorpio. All right, so the universe is saying, we ask, how do you get over that energy? And the universe says, let go of that energy. Let go, because once you let go of it, and once you start having the consciousness of, instead of this victim mentality, great gratitude, you can bring anything. And but also, if you let go of the energy of back and forth, yes, no, I'll do it tomorrow. Yes, I'm going to do this. Oh, no, I'll go to the gym tomorrow. I won't go today. As long as you keep doing that, nothing changes. Nothing changes at all. But if you can let go of that energy of kind of being back and forth in terms of, what you're going to do in 2020, or at least the first 6 months, you'll find that things will start to change. And the consciousness that you once had of being the victim, things not going in your favor, things not going well, will be a consciousness that changes to, actually, I feel great. Thank you, universe. Thank you, universe, for pushing me. Thank you, universe, for helping me to see things through. Because, for example, the finance area, if you have a lot of debt and it's unmanageable and you've not got much surplus income left at the end of the month, ask for someone's help. It's what the angels are telling you. Ask for your needs to be met, whether it's through God or through people, because these people will be put there from God. God will put the people there in front of you to assist you, but you must ask. Here, you must ask, or else you're going to carry on being overloaded with the debt. Or you're going to carry on not having that surplus money. So ask. It's a year for asking. What a beautiful reading, Scorpio. Honestly, it's a phenomenal reading for Scorpio. Look, the area of love. You're releasing all of this negative energy the hurt, the pain of relationships, the doubt that you feel about yourself. You're finally accepting yourself for who you are. You're finally loving yourself. You're finally accepting that something happened, something went down, but that was last year or the year before, and now is a fresh year. It's a chance to make a fresh start. And what happens if you do that? Well, the likelihood is new relationship, and it's showing not as the Two of Cups, not as the Page of Cups, you know, not as the Knight of Cups. It's showing as the Lovers, a deep connection between you and another person. But again, we have to commit ourselves. We have to commit ourselves to releasing what is no longer serving us. This is a year for releasing what is no longer serving you. Because if you do that, and if you commit to moving forward and saying, this doesn't serve me any longer, this mindset of the victim mentality doesn't serve me any longer, I don't feel good with it. How I feel doesn't serve me any longer, I don't feel good with it. Do you know what happens then? And we say, all right, if I don't like this, then I'm going to change it. And if we really commit to it, and that's anything at all, it could be your weight, it could be anything. If you really, really commit to it, Scorpio, I'm telling you, you will see the benefits. The reading is saying it. The reading is saying it. It's amazing. Oh man, I love this reading, Scorps. I'm really excited for you guys. I really, really am. Brilliant. All right, that's your Lifespread reading. I'm going to do your month ahead next, so check out next door. Your month ahead will be on the channel. If you'd like to order a Lifespread reading, it comes in 7 areas. You can do. It's on the website. Just go to the purchase a reading page and go to the premium readings, and you'll find it down there. We also have on the website as well, coming up, Scorpio, the Lifespread. No, not Lifespread. I've already spoken about that. Sorry, the Tarot Lenormand. It's a new spread that I've devised, and also the Pure Lenormand as well. Those come in 6th and 12th month, I think, something like that. But you can also check those out as well. All right, I love you guys loads, and I'll see you on the monthly readings. See ya. Speak to you in a little while.